Good morning.
Good morning, Victoria.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Very good.
That's good.
Good morning to all our friends from LiveDinner.tv. Welcome to the DanPat Journey in English.
Of course. Number, I don't remember.
Every day. Every day. You have to, you have to count it. I mean, you, Fausto, Thomas, no one is remembering the
next time.
But I think it is like, now to tell to our friends that they are listening the DanPat Journey, maybe someone of you already listened in some other languages, because now the idea, then it will depend a little bit on traveling and so on, but the idea, it is to do it 4 day weeks.
Yes, of course, in different language.
Yes. Friday we will open the topic, the discussion in Lithuanian.
Yes.
Then we will speak
Tuesday
in Italian,
then
Spanish,
yesterday,
and then Friday in English. Thursday in English. We will try to stay on this timeline, and that's it. And what is DanPat Journey for the people that they are listening up for the first time?
DanPat Journey.
What is DanPat Journey?
DanPat Journey is a program, a live dinner program.
Okay.
We speak about.
I take over. Okay.
No, we document our company.
Yes,
what we're doing every day.
Maybe a lot of you already knows that LiveDinner is a startup producing video content for the social media. Through our video makers, we assist basically all the content producer, all the person that want to release some content about their passion, about their interest, their project, their dreams.
About everything.
About everything. And we help them in the production, in the distribution, in the editing, the post-production.
Everything.
And we help them as well to monetize their ideas, so to look for sponsorship and so on.
And it is for free.
That's it for free. So if you have some ideas, you wanted to make your own program about anything. This week we had programs speaking really about anything. The most curious one
about patatas bravas in Barcelona.
Yeah, we had in Spanish one guy who is the biggest patatas brava expert, I would say, in the world.
Maybe.
And he came here, just have a look if you speak Spanish. We had another one very interesting about aquarium. I don't know how it's in English, maybe aquarium.
Yes, of course.
We had really about anything. Yesterday we had a very interesting program. It was not a dialogue, it was a monologue of a guy, and it was about Inter football club in Italian. So we have content in Italian, in English, in Spanish, in Lithuanian, and
from today in...
Are you sure today or tomorrow?
No, today.
Today? From today in...
Brazil.
In Portuguese. In Portuguese.
No, we open the
Brazilian channel. We open the Brazilian channel, so if you are Portuguese speaking, go there and put like on LiveDinner in Facebook, LiveDinner.tv Brazil. But even if you are not, because we will have of course some subtitled content, so it would be very nice, we would be very thankful if you can put like to all our channels, so be sure to don't miss nothing. So LiveDinner.tv in Facebook, LiveDinner.tv Italia, LiveDinner.tv Lietuva, LiveDinner.tv Brazil, and our YouTube channel LiveDinner.tv, and our Instagram account LiveDinner.tv, and our Twitter.
LiveDinner.tv.
Twitter, because we have a guy in Cambio de Paso, the program we have on the Wednesday and
today
on rugby. So at 19
30.
CET, Central European Time. Very good. So, first of all, a little bit of announcement. We increased our team. We have a new guy who is working with us, Max. Hello, Max. Maximo, yes. We are going to how you say it in English? Restructurize our webpage. So stay on. You will see the new page, I think, in a couple of weeks. We open LiveDinner Brazil, and we have some new program that started this week. We spoke about Inter. We have some other program. Yeah, we had a fantastic program. Two Diegos.
Yes.
We had two fantastic program. One about football, and the first, if you are Spanish speaking, the first program it was about Diego Armando Maradona, and the other one it was about rugby. It was Los Cinco de Adelante, about rugby history and so on. We had a lot of things going on this week. So thank you for following us. Okay, what about our speaking today in the DanPat Journey?
How to make possible what seems impossible.
How to make possible what seems impossible. What seems to you, Vicky, impossible?
Well, a lot of things.
There is a thing that you would like to achieve, but it seems really, really hard.
Well, to be rich, I don't know.
To be rich! It seems to you really, really hard. Okay, sorry, I just moved there. Okay. Do you have a strategy to be rich?
No.
No, you don't have?
No.
So first of all, I think you have to think how to get there.
Yeah.
And when you know how to get there, you have to try. If for you it's really important, maybe it's not so important to be rich.
No.
Okay, so everything started, we have like 15 minutes to speak about that. Everything started to a discussion that I had with my friends and colleague Thomas from Lithuania, who is a very big Žalgiris basketball team fan. Last week, Žalgiris played their last match in regular season in Madrid. Mm-hmm. They won against Real Madrid and they get qualified for the top 8 of Basketball EuroLeague. All these things, it can seem normal, but it is not, because 2 months ago, this team was in a quite terrible situation, desperate situation. They had to win like 8 games in a row, something like that, and hope to some other results from other team that they would have to lose some crucial games. So it seems like impossible. Every newspaper in Lithuania was speaking that it's not possible. I was saying to Thomas, I'm so sorry, Thomas is very big Žalgiris fan. I'm so sorry you didn't get it. And Thomas was like, I think we will do it. I said, Thomas, are you crazy? It's impossible. And he said, I think Žalgiris will do it. But Thomas was not the only one who was believing it. Maybe the coach and the players, they were believing too. So we started to speak, and they did it, and they gathered. So we started to speak about, is sometimes what we think very far, what we think is impossible, really impossible? Or maybe you just have a small chance to realize what it seems impossible, and you just have to try. So then we started the discussion, and we said, okay, what do you think was the chance to this event to become real? And we started to speak about mathematics. And then I started to think about what to speak in the DanPat Journey. Let's imagine that there is an event that has just 1% of chance, of percentage, to become real. So, if you have an event that it has just 1%, what do you think, Victoria? Is it worth to try?
1%?
1%, one little percent.
No.
It's not worth to try.
No.
Even if this event can change your life. Just 1%.
Just 1%?
Just 1%.
No.
Okay. And here is where I not agree with the majority of the people. If this event, it can change your life, and if you can try the same event or some similar event more than once, of course it's worth to try. Imagine that you have 100 ball, and you can pick one every day, and one of these ball is $1 million. Would you renounce to pick today the ball just because it is just one out of 100?
No.
You will pick.
Yes, of course.
And tomorrow you will pick another one.
Yes.
Because in 100 days there is a big chance to extract the million, yes, and to change your life. The big problem it is that in our day by day we have this opportunity, but we don't try. We see that the chance to get something real, to get a project done, to realize our dream, to try to really change our life, it is too small, and we even don't try, even if we have 1%. But by mathematics, I repeat, if you have 1%, it means that if you try 100 of times, this event, it is quite sure that it will happen. So of course it's worth to try. So then we were about speaking that I don't know, I want to say as well that if some of you have some questions, some doubts, some suggestion, please write on our Facebook page, write down, we can answer even right now.
Right now?
Do you have, no, Fausto will say as if there are some questions. The idea is that of course it's worth to try, but it is not like, even now that I explain you mathematics, you are not so convinced.
No, because sometimes maybe you are scared about this 1% and you don't try, you know.
Yeah, you tell now a very important thing. You are scared. Sometimes we don't try to make some life-changing experience, to make some life-changing challenge, because we are scared. So what will happen? What is the upside? Let's speak about job. You want this dream job and so on and so on. And instead of send 100 of curriculum, or to go to speak with 100 of company where you really want to be, where you will be happy, or you will be closer to what you mean is happiness for you, you just get satisfied with something in the middle, with something, because it is easier, so it is everything, and everything is moving slow. I think, no, think big, dream big, and try, because if you will fail, you can try another one. But if you just stay with the mediocrity, you will not get closer to what you think it is the happiness.
Yeah.
And if we take sport as an example, there are a lot of examples where some championship has been won, some record has been done, which it seems really impossible, really hard. But those guys, they believe in that. And for example, let's say I was speaking about Žalgiris, but if we take Premiership football, like 4 or 5 years ago, Leicester won the championship, and they were a team who was like fighting just to stay in the league, just to stay in the Premiership at the start of the championship. But the coach who was an Italian guy, which by the way he trained before all the best team in the world and never won nothing. Every time second. He took Leicester. He thought he will compete just to stay in the league, he believed that he can dream big, he can go for the top, and he organized the team to try to win the league, not to stay in the championship. So he could have done a different rotation, he could have had a different strategy just to stay in the league. But even if he would have achieved these results, and then what? That would be normal. And he tried to do something not normal, but something extraordinary. Okay, so that's where I want to go. And he did it. But there are other examples. Yesterday, yesterday, because this guy, he was putting a bit effort. But sometimes it is just mathematics. It's just worth to try. Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck factor.
Of course.
But if you don't try, you will not have the luck factor. So, for example, yesterday we were speaking about Stephen Bradbury.
Yes, of course, and also we saw the video.
The video. I showed to everyone the video, and there is this speed skating skaters who was in the 2002. Ah, you remember?
I remember, yes.
You saw the video then after?
Yes, of course.
I showed you, yeah. In Salt Lake City. And this guy, it was like the last of the outsider. The last of the outsider. It was like, it was the last of the line. So, big results for him it would be to be in the semi-final. So, he started in the qualification, someone get disqualified, and he get to the semi-final. He went to the semi-final like, fuck, that's the best I can get, and so on and so on. The guys in front of him fall down. So he get to the final. Yes, the guy get to the final. Amazing. Participating like 5 people, I think 6 people.
Yeah.
And
no,
so
5.
5. They were skating in front. He's bad, so he was last like one. Struggling and so on and so on. And all the guys in front of him fell down.
Yes, the last step.
And he was the fucking Olympic champion. He was Olympic champion. So what I want to say, it is that try things which can change your life. Don't try to get the average. Try things which really can change your life. Don't get satisfied to stay in the middle, to stay in the average. For me, there's a very pragmatic suggestion, and it is everywhere. It is in sport. Try to win the championship. Try to get Fausto. Try to get in the Pumas. Try Fausto. Not just. I'm really saying it to you. Work to go in the Pumas. You can do it. Yes, you can speak. No problem. Try to get to the top. Of course, analyze the percentage you have. There are some things that they are really impossible. For example, I was like joking the other day. If someone will say me, you can do it, you can dunk on a basketball. No, I cannot dunk. No, I will never dunk. I have 0%, it is physically impossible. But other things which physically are possible, and it just seems very, very far, sometimes it's just worth to give a try. And try different things and different times. And by the mathematics, it is very, very possible that something will happen. So that's, I say, in sport, in work, if you want to realize a dream, try to do what you really like. If you have a shit job, so you don't need to work there, because those shit jobs you can find as much as you want. So find the job you really like, or I hope you like to be here. But if you don't, find something else. So it's really important for me, my point of view. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're a businessman, start your project, and if you will fail, you have the time to try again. So try again and try again and try again. Now I'm fully in love with LiveDinner, and I'm really sure we will be a great company. But before of that, I tried some other tense project. Something I sold, something I failed, somewhere I just closed. So try, and I'm totally happy and like easy, because even if I'm putting all the effort for this, if by any chance it happens something and so, you can start something again. So life is long, and you can just try with no fear, putting the work, no fear, and putting the right strategy. For me, that's the three key of trying to be successful. And the other thing that we were like joking the other day, I don't know if you agree, but it is true in sport, it is true in work, it is true in business, but it is even true in love. No? If you're really, I don't know if you agree with me, but if you're really in love with someone or something, and you think you have just 1% of chance to get this boy, this woman, this as your partner and so on, just try.
Yes, but
you're not agree?
I'm not agree, because maybe after many times you can become a stalker, you know.
but you try once, and then you think you have just 2%. So you try another one, and then you think you have just 1%. Then you try again. When you realize you have 0%, then you change, but maybe you find another one. So we were joking with Fausto, we were joking with the guys here, but I think this thing is really important as well in dating. So try big, dream big, dream what you really like. Don't get satisfied about the average everywhere. So that's the big suggestion that I hope today I want just to share with you, and I hope to get your comment, to get your feedback, to open discussion about that on our social media and maybe in another video.
Of course, here we are.
Here we are. So I really hope you enjoyed that, and let's see you next week.
Yes, see you next week
with DanPat Journey and Vicky, super duper Vicky, and me, okay, and Fausto there,
and Thomas,
and Thomas.
Tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much,
Thank you.
and see you next week.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend.